Hi guys, welcome to a new video. It's a girl tired Laura, and today I am talking about something very serious. But before I start, I would like to give you a background of why I decided to make this video. So sometime last year in 2024, I walked into some financial problems and I was in my most desperate state. So in my most desperate state with no help of any sort, I made the drastic choice of downloading a loan app. Well, I didn't download it, it was already in one of my bank apps, and I took a loan. And while I took this loan thinking it was something I could come out of easily, it slowly turned into a quick fix for little problems before it became a bigger issue. Now, why am I exposing my tea and my dirt to you guys? It's because while in this problem in which I put myself in, I found out how exploitative um the loan space is in Nigeria, and I just wanted to shine light on it. Just like Jesus said the parable about Lazarus and the rich man, who sent a prophet to warn his brothers about hell. I'm here to send a warning to you about how hellish it can be to find yourself in the arms of these loan apps. I'm going to be looking at my notes throughout the video, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. I'm going to start with three apps in which I've had experience with and the process in which they make your life hell through their loan system and interest rates. First of all, when you download a loan app, you get the smallest amount you could possibly get and the shortest payment window. But that's not the problem. The problem is that while you're signing up for these loan apps, there is a rigorous process of registration going that you have to give them your NIN, your BVN, you have to take facial recognition and other sensitive informations about you. You have to give it to them for you to be able to open up a profile with them. Now, this is the problem. They have their terms and agreements, and we all know nobody reads terms of agreements. And in that terms of agreement, it is there in fine print for some of the loan apps that they can sell your data to anybody. And since nobody reads that, your data, your most sensitive information being your date of birth, your full name, your BVN, and your NIN, and some even ask for signature, is just readily available for them to sell to just any company. Now, I'm going to walk you through to what happens once you download these apps. You download this app, you get your registration done, and midway through the registration you've changed your mind and you're like, should I really be doing this? Have I really fallen so hard? Then you stop the registration, and that's when the phone call starts. You see them calling you and going like, oh hi dear Laura, we're calling you from Fair Money app to ask you, you started your registration but you are yet to take a loan. What is it you're not satisfied with? Now once they start bombarding you with these phone calls, it starts to look like, oh well, let me just take the loan. And once you take that loan, the first step for taking that loan is that they will give you the smallest amount you could get for the littlest time you can pay. So for the first loan I took, they gave me 5k to pay in 7 days. Now I borrowed 5k and I was to pay them back 7.75 in 7 days. To me, I was so desperate at that time, so I just took it and I paid back within that 7 day period. And then second time I took a loan was a bigger problem, and the interest rate multiplied. I kid you not, it multiplied. Now one of the apps that just pisses me off, I just think they are out there praying for people to fall. And two, they are a microfinance bank fronting as an online loan app, because the Nigerian standard of loan interest is that microfinance banks can only ask from 0.5% to 15% on loans, while online banks can ask from 2% to 30% on loan. Now, a microfinance bank operating as an online loan app collecting the interest rate of an online loan app is just wickedness. They have little things in which they hide or get money from, because number one, if you cannot meet up to the day of loan, you can extend your loan, and that extension of loan costs money. To extend loan for 9 days could cost you 2,000 naira. To extend loan for 21 days could cost you up to 6,000 naira. And these are not small amounts of money. It's the coupons they give you that look like coupons but actually not coupons. Now, if you are taking a loan with the payment duration of a 3 months payment, they give you a coupon with the fronting that this coupon applies for the whole loan. But nah, it doesn't apply for the whole loan. It only applies for the first payment in which you are taking the loan. Now, the more you take loans, of course, the more your credit score gets better with them, and the more amount you are able to access, and the more days you are able to access. Now, their terms and agreements, very dubious. If you read through them, you're allowed to download it once you've taken a loan with them. Once you read through them, you just see how devious it is. But this is quite dangerous because they are selling your data, and to me, that's the most dangerous part of taking this loan. Because once I took this loan, thank God for Truecaller, not sponsored yet. Thank God for Truecaller. They were able to show me different loan apps calling me, being that they prey on the desperation of people. Because if you are desperate enough to take a loan from them, then you are still in problems, and other loan apps could borrow you money to pay them. Then you have to borrow money from them to pay them back, and you have to borrow and borrow and borrow and borrow. Palmpay incident, my number was reassigned to me when I bought the SIM newly. The person who had the SIM before me had already taken a loan, and it's just my number that is reflecting. How will I explain? My number was reflecting there as someone who has taken a loan, while the person who took the loan was the person with the number before me. Now that is quite dangerous, and I believe there are a number of people who have been prey to this kind of situation, because let's face it, a lot of things are loose in the country and a lot of systems need to be revisited. But that's not what I'm here for. The second one is that when you actually don't pay them, or you default in payment, they first give you grace of, I think, 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks they start calling you and the people around you. This calling of people around you lasts to, let's say, 2-3 months. When you still refuse to not pay, that is when they start posting false information about you online. False informations like, one, you are a HIV/AIDS positive person. Number two, obituary announcements, which is very wild. I saw a story on Facebook where they posted an obituary announcement for one of their defectors, and the guy saw it and he reposted it stating that since he is dead, his loan has been cancelled and he doesn't have to pay them again because he's dead to them. I think that was quite brilliant of him, but I digress. They post, do not work with this man, he's a scammer. Do not work with this lady, she's a prostitute. Different things, guys. It's really wild what happens in this loan app space. Selling of your information is the most painful part for me, because you start getting mails, you start getting calls, and the most dangerous part is that they might use your information to do other things that you have no idea about. And that is why you should, like the wise words of that man, stay away and do not come here. I have found myself there and I am working hard to leave there, but this is like a warning. I would have had a more extensive research on this, but who has time to research their pain? How these loan apps serve as a solution to Nigerians, being that yes, a lot of people are under a lot of financial duress, and you might think that it's not a common occurrence, but 5 out of 10 people that you are with right now currently have loans with this loan apps, and so a lot of people are suffering from them. We have incidents of people committing suicide because of these loan apps. They have really high charge rates when it comes to their interest. They sell your information and data to other loan apps and other scammers, because you start getting calls from different kinds of people in which you have to install call blockers and scam blockers on your phone. It just shows that the loan app or rather the loaning system outside the banks are not really regulated in the country, and I do not know if there will be a way out because the government is actually busy doing other things, and the right governing bodies over this system are actually not doing the same thing. And the one thing I've noticed is that these loan apps are actually affiliated with each other. Take for example, OK Cash and Ease Money is all owned by one company, and also other loan apps that are linked to this one company. I do not know if there'll ever be a regulation when it comes to this side of the economic cotton, but I do know that at a point in time the government did attempt to regulate these bodies, but it didn't work out well. So hopefully there will be a way out. I am just sending you a warning because I found myself in a place where I just want to scream, but I do not want you to go there. And if you are there, just know that it's not a you problem alone. Lots of people are suffering that. And please, there is no stigmatization to anyone that has taken loans from these apps. People are in desperate situations, and things that you never think can happen to you will happen to you at a point in time, and you would have to make desperate decisions. So do not stigmatize anyone who has been in this situation. Instead, sympathize and find a way to help them out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment your experience, or people you know that have experienced this in the comment section. I'll see you in my next one. I love you guys, and bye.